Hey guys, it's Syama here with Scaling Retail, and I'm here with Elara from Psycho Bunny. Psycho Bunny's been an amazing company to watch the transformation ever since I was taking my eyes on it back at Barney's in 2007. The brand has now clearly expanded. So what you guys are seeing here at Magic is really a tremendous lifestyle brand. Last year, the brand took off and did a really fantastic pop-up shop. So we're here today to talk about distribution strategies, how the brand is expanding, and really kind of 2019, what's up your sleeves, because I think that everyone is so interested to really find out, how are brands thriving. And I think you guys are really a tremendous example of a menswear market that has just exploded, and you're everywhere, and I imagine you want to be in even more places.
Yes, definitely. 2018 was an incredible year for us. We've really kind of started scaling on the direct-to-consumer side, so focusing on e-com, which has been really great for us, as well as looking into retail as we make the shift from more of a smaller, curated selection to a lifestyle brand. That direct-to-consumer aspect is very important for us. And building a brand, let's be honest, is expensive. And retail still does a really great job in enabling us to have that one-on-one content, telling our story in the way we want it to be heard, versus our wholesale strategy, which is still really great, but a little bit of a different take. So looking at 2019, we're really kind of looking into expanding in all channels at the same time, which is great, but obviously
it must be hard as a marketer.
Exactly, very hard as a marketer. But what we're doing is we're actually being very data conscious and using a lot of our direct consumer data that we have now from online to help us determine where are the best places that we should be pulling ourselves, as well as overlaying what's working for us in wholesale. So Florida was a key market for us in all of those things.
That? Like how did that? I mean, most people think of like New York or LA or
yeah,
one of these other markets. How did you land on Florida as like the spot?
So we, polos, we come from a warm weather place. Polos, t-shirts, swim, vibrant colors have always been part of who we are. And we've kind of just clicked with that kind of warm weather customer. We also have a really great business in South America, and there's a big overlap with that customer base coming up into Florida. And so when we looked at kind of all of the places, and we love New York, we're from New York, it's amazing. But looking at, scaling and getting some volume, which is always nice in a retail environment, we felt like Florida was kind of a key market for us. And in terms of getting data on how things work in an area that we're already kind of doing a good job in, enables us to gain more insights to determine how we're going to go into new markets. So that was key for us.
So a couple questions about assortment. So obviously when you're diversifying, everyone wants exclusives, right? Direct to consumer wants its own set of exclusivity. Wholesalers are like, what about me? So how are you guys kind of managing this omnichannel? And I hate the word omnichannel, but I can't really think of a better word to describe it. How are you balancing kind of the need for omnipresence when it comes to marketing, but then also, your designers must be like running head over heels trying to keep up with demand for exclusivity. So can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. I think what's really important when we talk about exclusivity across the channels is staying true to who we are as a brand, and making sure that when we look at exclusive items, we're doing it in a similar way, but in areas that are good for those channels. So art is a big part of who we are as a brand. Collaborating with artists is always a great way to produce unique merchandise. So when we opened the pop-up in Miami, we had this custom art piece made. We did some limited edition t-shirts, which are really great. That really got kind of the buzz going. But then when we looked at more of our wholesalers, we did the same kind of take, but a little bit differently. So it's unique to them. They have a little bit of a different customer. So we're still kind of able to keep things on brand, provide people with a unique take, but without doing like crazy collaborations in every section, because from a marketing perspective, that gets very heavy, it gets very expensive. And you kind of also want to manage the promotion across the channel, so you're not just throwing noise at everyone all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And so talk to me about your collaboration here in Vegas, popping up with Zappos. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so we're actually showing at Commotion, which is downtown near Ferguson's, partnering with Zappos, with a few other brands to provide a more direct-to-consumer experience during the show. So part of what's interesting is being in the industry, you come to these shows, you're walking around, you love things, you can't buy them.
Right.
You don't really have a lot of time to go
Lots of
shopping. So this is kind of like a fun, it's in the evening, it's after the show, it's in a really kind of open marketplace, it's a lot of fun, and it just provides us the opportunity to kind of interact with industry people, with direct-to-consumers that come in and just have more fun. And Zappos traditionally puts on, a big event here. They obviously have a massive presence in Las Vegas, being that it's their hometown, and they kind of wanted to take a different take on it, and we're really happy to be partnering with them on that.
Amazing. That's so exciting. One last question. When it comes to kind of what you're seeing as the biggest challenges ahead in retail in general, right? I mean, as we look forward and everyone's like, what's next? How do we innovate? When you're looking for your marketing spend, right, how experimental do you get? Obviously I imagine you got to do the normal budgeting and planning and, do what works, but talk to me about experimentation and what that's like.
Yeah, I think in any marketer's budget right now, it's really important to keep a budget for testing. One, you never know what kind of opportunities come up. Everything changes, especially with social and the influencer scene and all of that kind of stuff, that just kind of things come up out of the blue. So you want to keep a little bit of budget there for that. And then as well, on the digital side, which is obviously very important, there's always kind of new and interesting ways to communicate with your customer, to reach them, and to get data back from them. Even if it's from an insights perspective about product and getting closer to them, so that you make sure that you kind of are making what they really want. So testing and allowing for that in your budget is really important.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to share?
Anything else we want to share? I mean, we're going to keep expanding into 2019. Right. Keep an eye out for us on all coasts.
Amazing.
We're going to be kind of coming at you with even more heat in the next year.
Amazing. Anything exciting I should take a look out here?
Anything exciting? So we're really expanding. It's really busy in our booth right now. So most of our exciting pieces are with accounts, but we're expanding into some outerwear, pieces like these, where we're getting more technical. Everything's waterproof, rainproof, things like that.
Very cool.
So yeah, we're really excited for our outerwear stuff.
Thank you, Elara. I really appreciate
your
time. Have a really great show.
Thank you.
Bye.